the story with Toutai Kefu, what happened to him with his family, and the harrowing scenes there a couple of years ago. Great to see him back fit and recovery, but what a turnaround he's made himself, but also in the Tongan team and how much they've improved.
Yeah, I don't know if you Toutai Kefu is a great Wallaby number 8, obviously Tongan family, and Toutai and his family were victims of a home invasion in Brisbane, and it's a terrible story. The rugby community in Brisbane and Australia really got behind him, but his family were attacked with machetes. And they were injured. I won't go into it. It was a horrific story, and Toutai showed great, like you would expect, great courage in that situation, protecting his family. He has come back from that, and I think he's a great persona. He's an inspirational guy and a lovely man. I coached against Toutai for many years. Really, really, really nice guy. The Tongan team at the time went to New Zealand to play New Zealand, play the greatest team in the world. They were put in a high school, in a dormitory in a high school. They were training on, and I know this because a friend of mine was in the coaching staff and told me. He's no longer there, so I can say this without him getting in any trouble. They had literally 4 days preparation before they play New Zealand, and the defensive coach had literally minutes in an input and putting organisation. What happens? Tonga get beaten by 100 points by New Zealand. It was humiliating for Tonga. That's why they have come back here. If we give the World Rugby some credit, like Alan said, Alan listed off the names of the guys who had played, Tongan ancestry or Tongan-born players who had played a couple of games for the Wallabies or the New Zealanders. And this decision to say, well, if you haven't played for that country for 3 years, you can go back to the country that you're from the diaspora or you're born in, or your parents or grandparents, I think is a fabulous decision. Not just for those individual players, but for those countries to get their players back. Because quite often, and to the great disgrace of the Tier 1 teams, they'll give a cap to some of these guys to wipe them out. I know England used to do it to people in the Irish diaspora in the old days when Quinny and I were involved with Ireland A. There's a couple of guys we'd know very well that were playing at London Irish grandparents, and they played one cap for England A, to wipe them out from selection from Ireland. That's how cynical it is at certain levels. Now these guys are all coming back, and Tonga, as Alan said, their results were really poor at the beginning, but after spending some time together, they've got the support of World Rugby at the World Cup, where they got more time together. Their performances have lifted, and I think they'll be a very inspired team. I think Ireland will win. But I think they'll go out and play with great inspiration for their jersey and their nation. I think it's another really good story, another really good story of how people overcome adversity. And Toutai himself overcoming a horrific story, to be quite honest with you. I'll never forget at the time I got a phone call, and you just couldn't believe what you were hearing. It was like something from a movie, and the fact that he's done what he's done, I think is an inspiration to his team.